tonight's Jeep Eagles starting lineups. First for the Portland Trailblazers. They come in with a record of 41-25. Kevin Duckworth on the injured list, so Mark Bryant is the change in that starting lineup. He starts in the middle in place of the injured Duckworth, who's out with a bad right knee. Trailblazers coached by Rick Adelman, now in his 5th year as head coach of the Blazers. They've won 234 games and lost 113 under Rick. For the Atlanta Hawks, they are going to try to go with the regular starters tonight. Kevin Willis suffered a right leg injury in his last game in Miami, but he is going to give it a go tonight, at least at the outset of the game, to see how it works for him. Bobby Weiss's team winning 10 of their last 11, now 36-32 on the year and riding a 4-game winning streak, as is the Portland Trailblazers. The month of March has been absolutely remarkable for this Atlanta Hawks team. 10-3 record, one of the best records in the NBA, and very, very impressive numbers, Dick.
Well, and even the field goal percentage against, which has been their bugaboo all season long, and it's still for the season over 50%. But in that stretch of games that you alluded to, Pete, it is down to 48.6, which is a little more respectable for them.
Our officials for tonight's game, Daryl Garrettson, Jack Neese, and Gary Benson. And we're just about set to get it underway from Atlanta. We'll see which one of these teams has a 5-game winning streak when the night is over.
Now, I talked to John Wetzel, the assistant coach, with the Blazers, and I said, what's happening with your team? You're starting to win a little bit now. And he said, really, we attribute everything to injuries. We talked about it in the open, and they had some other problems, and we can't hide that. They did have some problems. In January 26th, they were 16 games above 500. I'm sorry, on January 24th, right around the time that incident occurred in Salt Lake City. And then they've played 500 balls since then. But I don't think they would have played 500 ball, Pete, in all honesty, if Clyde Drexler would have been healthy.
No, not Clyde Drexler missing 22 games. Pretty tough for this club to play any better than they have. But they've got Clyde back now. They do have, as we mentioned, Kevin Duckworth on the injured list. Rod Strickland not available tonight. He did not dress for tonight's game. Strickland's been bothered by a ailing right leg.
Well, they got a more than capable backup. He's not really a backup. He's a starter who used to lead them in assists. This is the first year Terry Porter has not led the Portland Trailblazers in assists in a long time. Rod Strickland now leads them in assists and steals.
Mookie Blaylock over to Kevin Willis. We'll keep an eye on Kevin, see how he's moving. Dominique guarded by Jerome Kersey. Nice pass to John Concack, who puts it home.
Well, there's that thing I was talking about. Same color jersey. 3 weeks ago, they would have thought about passing the ball to John Concack.
Mookie Blaylock called for the first foul of the night.
Well, you can see Dominique Wilkins setting this up all the way. He knew that he was going to draw a crowd, and indeed he did. That left John Concack wide open. Hey, and other teams used to just ignore John. John wouldn't cut to the basket. He'd stand on the perimeter. Now, Bobby Weiss used them in a screen and roll. A threat on the roll.
Mark Bryant at the line, averaging 5 points, 3.5 rebounds a game. 70% free throw shooter.
Mark Bryant's one of these guys that I always liked. I always felt that, if you could steal a guy off of a talented team and you get him on your team, much like we stole Detlef Schrempf from Dallas, and he became, because he was a sub on their team, became a great player in the league. I think Mark Bryant's one of those players, if you gave him heavy minutes, he would be an excellent player.
Well, he's going to get a chance to show that. In fact, he has been turning in some pretty good numbers in the absence of Kevin Duckworth. Stacey Augmon comes up short and off in the corner. Rebound is pulled away by Porter. Back outside Porter. Takes it all the way in against Concack. Comes up short, but the putback by Buck Williams.
Well, Terry Porter is almost a purely ambidextrous player. He made a nice little fake to the right. Finished it off with the left hand. Couldn't quite get it down.
So the Blazers are up 3-2 early in the first quarter. Down low, Kevin Willis. Back again against Buck Williams. Back outside, wide open. Mookie Blaylock for three. Mookie, the number 10 rated three-point shooter in the NBA, hitting at a 42% clip.
Seeing how many times you see Kevin Willis down low, waiting for the double team, drawing the double team, then kicking out, and doing it all by design.
As we mentioned, the Blazers have Clyde Drexler back. One of his patented moves there ties the game at 5.
Well, you and I talked to Clyde before the game. He's still not happy with how he feels, and I think he's still concerned about the fact that he missed as many games as he has. He also pointed out to us that he's played a lot of games too. There's Clyde on the back door. Sweet finish. One of the best finishers in all of basketball.
Whistle was against Portland. A foul called on Buck Williams. Hawks get it back with a fresh 24 on the clock. Kersey sticking like glue to Dominique Wilkins. And Mookie's effort goes awry. It'll be Portland's ball. Game tied at 5.
Well, Dominique and Mookie Blaylock have this three-point shooting contest going. One has, I believe, going into tonight, 98. Dominique has 98 and Mookie has 99, but now he just hit his 100th, so he's got a two-point or a two-shot lead. They got a problem down on the baseline. I think something was thrown on the floor. It looks like Daryl Garrettson picked something off the floor or fell from the ceiling.
Joe O'Toole is looking up at the ceiling as if to say,
let's hope the
sky is falling.
Let's hope those speakers right above the basket. There's a whole bunch of speakers up there. Oh, yeah, it doesn't look like it's metal or anything. It looks like a little... Oh, it is a piece of metal, or it was a ring. It looked like a wedding ring, Pete.
Well, whatever it was, we hope that the rest of it stays up in the ceiling.
I think somebody's having some problems at home.
Three-point effort by Porter. And Kevin Willis pulls away the rebound for Atlanta. Stacey Augmon working on Drexler.
Well, last time these two teams played, Drexler just lit up Stacey Augmon for 29.
And Augmon trying to do the same to him tonight. He's on the board, his first two. Hawks are up 7-5. Augmon a little late getting out to Clyde Drexler. He buries the jumper. He has 4 points. And we're tied again. Dominique working down low. Turnaround jumper. Holds strong by Dominique, and the rebound pulled away by Jerome Kersey. Drexler inside to Buck Williams. He'll take the jumper over Kevin Willis. And Buck Williams is hit for 4 in this first quarter, and the Blazers have the lead now, 9-7.
Buck Williams, the only Portland player to be shooting over 50%. He's shot over 50% for his career. Selection shots, gets a lot of close-in shots. Tough move by Kevin Willis. Thought he was Dominique, I think, for a moment.
Portland gets it right back. And this Portland Ball Club actually is ranked 25th in the NBA in shooting percentages as a team. They're tied with Miami. The only team they're ahead of is Dallas.
Well, I think one of the main reasons for that is Clyde Drexler's having his worst shooting year in his career. He's shooting 43%, 42.9 actually, and he's a 49% field goal shooter. Now another problem. I think this is more personnel than ceiling.
They have called a foul on Stacey Augmon away from the ball. That's his first, team second.
Gary Benson, the official from Little Rock,
no team
Arkansas,
foul.
who raises ostriches.
Yeah, what an unusual hobby. Gary Benson.
He was telling us
Special
about
tonight.
I asked him, I said,
ostriches.
I said, do you ride those ostriches? He said, no. Oh, apparently it was a double foul.
Okay, they've called one on Kersey, and they've called one on Stacey Augmon. And with a little over 8 minutes to go in this first quarter, the Hawks trailing 11-7. Mookie Blaylock hooks it over to Dominique. Dominique will take a 3-point jumper. A little strong with it. Rebound pulled away by the Blazers. Clyde Drexler through the paint for 2 and a chance for 3.
There's that finish. Clyde Drexler has a great lift. You know, he's had the problem with the leg, and that's really affected his shooting. I was talking to Jerome Kersey, and I said, what do you think is the reason that Clyde has not done so well? But he's doing pretty well now. He looks like he's getting up on this leg a lot better than he was.
Trail the Portland Trailblazers by 6. Portland, we told you, not a very good shooting team, ranked 25th in the NBA, but they're shooting the ball well early tonight. They've hit 6 of their first 9 attempts. Atlanta only 3 of 8. Mookie Blaylock in some foul trouble with 2 quick in the first quarter. So Steve Henson checks in for him for Atlanta.
Well, you know, I talked about Portland shooting only, or you did, Pete, about shooting only 45%, and that's the worst that they've shot. You know, this is what they shoot from the field. It's the worst that they've shot since 1971. That's a long time ago. We've got a rich history, you know, putting points on the board, good offensive teams. One of the things that happens, though, if this Portland team does shoot over 500 for a game, or 500 or better, they're 17-0.
And right now they're on a 9-0 run. They've taken a 14-7 lead. Dominique Wilkins trying to change that. Drills the jumper. He's on the board. His first 2 of the night. That makes it 14-9 Portland. Over to Clyde Drexler. He hasn't been on fire in this first quarter. Battle for the rebound between Willis and Buck Williams. Off Williams, it'll be Atlanta's ball. And Steve Henson brings the ball down. Stacey Augmon from outside. Rebound pulled away by Kevin Willis. His 3rd rebound off the glass. A little short with that one. Buck Williams pulls it away for the Blazers. Terry Porter swings into Jerome Kersey coming around the pick. Drexler the rebound. Kicks it right back out to Porter. Buck Williams draws a double team. Good ball movement by the Blazers. Bryant will take the outside shot. Throws up an air ball.
Well, I think the Hawks, even though they've enjoyed out-rebounding opponents in this wonderful stretch of 11 games where they've won 10, have to be a little careful tonight, because this Portland Trailblazer team is a team that can get on the boards with any team in the league. Big, strong bodies. Nice block, John. Contact.
And Kevin Willis recovers for Atlanta. Dominique Wilkins gets right around Kersey. Mark Bryant flies out of nowhere to block that shot. Bobby Weiss thought a foul should have been called, or maybe even goaltending.
I think Gary Benson had a goaltend. I thought he was. No, I guess he's not. Daryl Garrison saying no, out of bounds. I swear I thought I saw Benson giving the goaltend signal. All right, let's look behind here. There's the block. That looked like a goaltend to me.
But the Hawks didn't get the call. Augmon hooks it all the way across to Henson. Almost threw it away, and now the ball stolen away by Portland. Down to Porter. He'll take the open jumper off the glass. Terry Porter. His first 2 points of the night. And it's a 16-9 Portland lead. A little under 6 minutes remaining in this first quarter. Down to 6 seconds left in the shot clock. Dominique Wilkins taking it into the paint. Got the basket to fall, and he'll go to the free throw line.
Well, I was reading an article in the Chicago papers about Dominique Wilkins in his scoring race with Michael Jordan. Dominique Wilkins is finding all kinds of ways to get the ball to drop for him. Look at this. It's like a trained ball. Wait a minute. Drop. All right, settle in. Okay, nice. But in order for Dominique to catch Michael, Pete, he would have to average in the remaining games 40 points a game.
Well, now that's something that Dominique is very capable of.
I know he's willing to try.
If he goes out there and puts up one of those 52 or 3-point nights, which he's liable to down this final stretch of regular season games, could make it interesting. He has 5 tonight. And it's 16-12. Cliff Robinson has checked in place of Jerome Kersey, who's picked up 2 quick fouls in this first quarter. Mark Bryant has tried a couple of very, very tough shots in there and has come up empty both times. Down low, Kevin Willis. Working on Buck Williams.
See, I like that move. I like that move when Kevin Willis makes up his mind and gets into whatever move he's going to do in low post. If he does it quickly, he's much more effective.
Buck Williams, not really known as a scorer. He's only averaging 8 points a game this year, but he has 6 in the first quarter tonight. 18-14. Portland up by 4 now. We've got 4:45 left in this opening quarter. All the way across to Stacey Augmon. He draws the double team. Back outside. Koncak will take the jumper off the front rim, then off the glass. Pulled away by Drexler. Clyde Drexler trying to get a pass inside to Robinson. Tomcat got a hand on that ball. And again, Mark Bryant trying to make a move to the basket. Winds up losing the ball. Dominique Wilkins recovers, puts it home, and draws the foul. Clyde Drexler got him. That's his first. Dominique now with 7 and a chance for his 8th point. Hawks are back to an 18-16 count, just 2 down.
Well, Dominique gets in open court. There's not a lot you can do because he has so many ways he can finish. That pretty much was a classic layup.
Dominique, an 84% free throw shooter. As we told you, he's been averaging 35 points a game over the last 10 ball games.
I think Mark Bryant's been reading his press clippings, or he heard me give that little soliloquy about him at the beginning of the game, because
he's tried 3 different moves, and not one of them has even come close.
I think he's trying to add degree of difficulty.
Speaking of degree of difficulty, that was a tough shot opportunity by Terry Porter.
Quite honestly,
up with it.
Pete, this team, is sort of famous for difficult shots. How about
sometimes they make them.
That was wonderful.
4 points for Terry Porter. 20-17, Portland by 3. Now Steve Henson will fire away from outside. Offensive board pulled away by Kevin Willis. The putback attempt by Willis. He has 5 rebounds, but couldn't get the ball to fall for him. Terry Porter has Henson on him. Drexler draws the double team, tried to get a quick pass into the lane to Buck Williams, stolen by Dominique Wilkins. Right around Cliff Robinson for 2 more. Dominique is hit for 10 here in the first quarter, and it's back to a 1-point game, 20-19 Portland. And a timeout is called with 3:19 to go in quarter number 1.
Well, Dominique Wilkins, such energy levels. Now he's putting defense into his game. Great steal. Goes down. Here's the leading shot blocker, Cliff Robinson. No, I get away. I find a way.
Portland up by 1 with 3:19 remaining. I want to remind you, we're going to be back with you again on Saturday night here on TBS from Seattle. The Hawks and the Seattle Supersonics, 10:05 Eastern Time Saturday. As the schedule gets a little tougher for Atlanta starting tonight, and we'll talk about that a little later on. Hawks on this run of winning 10 of their last 11 have had the luxury of playing a lot of below 500 teams during this stretch.
Well, they're on a 10-4 run now, but they're still a point down to the Portland Trailblazers.
Adam Keefe has checked into the Atlanta lineup, replacing Kevin Willis. Mario Ellie's in there now for Portland. Cliff Robinson takes the jumper and hits it. He's having a good year, averaging 18.5 points a game.
Well, Cliff Robinson's having an unbelievable year, and he's just simply gotten better every single year that he has been in the league. And the more time he gets, the bigger his numbers are.
22-19, Portland by 3. Under 3 minutes remaining now in the opening quarter. Dominique draws the crowd, sends it across to Henson. From 3-point land, Henson drills. Hitting 48% of his 3-point shots this year, Steve Henson. And we're tied at 22. Back outside, Johnson will take it from the top of the circle. Kept alive by Cliff Robinson. Going up, he lost the ball, but Mark Bryant recovers. And another steal by Dominique Wilkins. Clear sailing here.
Highlight time!
12 points for Dominique, and that puts the Hawks on top 24-22. Mario Ellie bringing the ball down against Stacey Augmon. It's the pick set by Bryant, trying to get it back to him. Augmon got a hand on that ball.
An interesting thing about Dominique Wilkins, he's demonstrated in the past that this great athlete, when he puts his mind to it, can play great defense as well. How about that? Second steal of the game, classic highlight finish.
Porter sends it back to Cliff Robinson, going through the paint up over John Concat. And he pulls away the rebound. Henson will try another one. He's hit 2 in a row. That's the third 3-pointer the Hawks have hit in this first quarter. Henson's hit 2. Mookie's hit 1. Hawks lead by 5, and Portland calling a 20-second timeout here to try to regroup.
Well, sometimes when you come east, you don't do such a good scouting job deep into the bench. But all he had to do is look at that little stat sheet and see what Steve Henson shoots from three-point range. Most of the year, you and I, Pete, know that he shot over 50% from three-point range. He's just below it right now. Look at that stop and pop. He's got good strength. Former decathlon man from Kansas State.
What's unusual about it is it's a 48% percentage from three-point territory, only a 39% overall shooting percentage for Steve Henson.
Well, because he's not very big, and when he gets inside, it's very hard to get the shot off.
Play resuming with 1:25 left in quarter number one. Hawks on top by 5. Ellie taking it in, swings it outside. The jumper is hit by Mark Bryant. He finally got one of those to fall for him. That's his first field goal, his third point.
And it was his first good shot.
27-24, Hawks by 3. Down low, Stacey Augmon on the rookie Dave Johnson. Now he draws the double team back outside Henson. He was thinking about another one. Good ball distribution. Keefe came up short with a jumper. Rebound, Mark Bryant. And the Blazers can pull back to within a point now. Johnson lost the ball. Henson recovers. Lead pass to Stacey Augmon. He took about 5 steps.
He put that plastic arm out there, Pete. Almost got it. He stopped the ball, but he couldn't stop himself.
That looked more like a touchdown pass in football than a basketball pass. And Stacey just couldn't quite control that one. Tracy Murray, rookie out of UCLA, checks in now for Portland.
Well, Tracy Murray was the guy that temporarily supplanted Jerome Kersey in the lineup. Jerome Kersey was telling me that it was a little odd for him to go in there as a substitute. He said just about the time I was getting ready to adjust and get my biorhythm set to being a substitute, they put me back in as a starter.
5 turnovers now for Portland.
So I said, what was the rationale for you going to the bench? And he said, well, they wanted to get more punch off the bench. I said, yeah, that's what they usually tell you when you become a bench player.
Dominique drills a 3. He is hit for 15 points in this first quarter, and the Hawks lead it by 6, 30-24. About 15 seconds left on the shot clock now. Johnson will take it over Koncak. And the rookie from Syracuse on the board, his first 2 of the night. 30-26. Hawks will have an opportunity to put up a final shot here in quarter number 1. Good start for Atlanta. They got behind by 5 and firing away from three-point range. They're going to take a lead into the second quarter. That would not have counted if it went. Good first quarter for Atlanta. They lead the Portland Trail Blazers 30-26 after 1.
Well, Mario Elie gave Dominique just a little space. That's all he needs.
Welcome back to the Omni. We're after quarter number 1. It's Atlanta 30, Portland 26. And Dick Versace, the first quarter can be a pretty good barometer on this Portland club.
Well, when Portland wins the first quarter, they are 24-6. It's been a very, very good barometer for them. However, when they're behind or tied at the quarter, they're 17-19. So that bodes well for Atlanta. Dominique right now, hot. 6 for 9.
And a 15-point first quarter. Keith Snoop Graham in for the first time tonight. Gets the ball into Dominique. Working inside off the glass. He thought he got fouled. Looks at Jack Neese, wondering why there was no whistle. Cliff Robinson sending it all the way across to Murray. He'll take the jumper from the corner. And the rebound pulled away by Snoop Graham. 8th Atlanta rebound. Portland's out rebounded the Hawks right now, 13-8. Nice inside pass from Keith to Snoop Graham.
Great back pick.
Just what you were talking about before. There's much more sharing on offense than we saw earlier in the year from Atlanta.
Well, you're just throwing to the same colored jersey that you have and then letting him make the decision instead of you making the decision for him before you throw to him.
Johnson couldn't get it to go. Rebound pulled away by Adam Keefe. Gives it off to Henson. Dwayne Farrell is getting ready to check in, as is Kevin Willis. Henson. Back to Dominique. Dominique operates inside for 2 more. He's got 17. What a show he's putting on. 34-26 Atlanta.
You told him what I said about Jordan and having to average 40.
I didn't even breathe a word of it. But he may have overheard you.
I tell you what, he's headed for a 40-point night. I mean, he is on fire, and all his creative moves, as you see Cliff Robinson make a sweet hook coming across the lane, but all of Dominique's creative moves tonight are falling for him.
34-28, Hawks by 6, 10.5 minutes to go, first half. Snoop Graham, nice pass underneath the contact. Good pass to Adam Keefe. And he's got his first 2 of the night. The Hawks are back up by 8. So many times early in the year when the Hawks were struggling, we would see one man bring the ball down, either take the shot himself or maybe pass it once. Now there's 2 or 3 or 4 passes every trip down the court for Atlanta.
Hey, Pete, we never really said it before, but this team played your turn, my turn for about 2/3 of this year. And it's wonderful to see them play the game the way it's designed to be played, play with the level of unselfishness with which they're now playing. Anytime you see that interior passing like this, now watch, the ball is going to be passed, penetrated, dished, and dropped off. How about that? Adam Keefe, sweet little layup. Nice dish from Concacaf.
Dwayne Farrell's checked in along with Kevin Willis. Willis draws the double team, gets it outside to Snoop Graham. Graham, another pass back down low to Kevin Willis. Good defense there by Tracy Murray. Here comes Clyde Drexler back in for Portland. 36-28, Atlanta leading it with 9:43 remaining.
So here's another thing that I'm seeing out there. As Mookie Blaylock comes back into the game, he had 2 early fouls. Steve Henson came in and did a good job for him. But what I'm seeing with the Atlanta Hawk team is that, you know, they're accepting each other. For example, Kevin Willis is hurt, not having a good first quarter or beginning of the second quarter. Teammates very patient with him.
Third rebound of the night for Adam Keefe. Off to Mookie Blaylock. Tried to get the pass to Dwayne Farrell. That one's stolen by Mario Elie. Down to Cliff Robinson. He'll take the jumper over Snoop Graham. And Robinson is hit for 6 points tonight. It's 36-30, Hawks by 6.
Well, in 1989-90, Cliff Robinson averaged 9.1 points a game. In 1992-93, he's averaging almost 19 coming off the bench.
Down low to Adam Keefe. He got fouled by Cliff Robinson. That's the first on Robinson.
I have this little smile on my face because the rookie Adam Keefe inside is starting to learn some of the veteran tricks. Got a little bump from Cliff Robinson and then made a lot of noise. Darryl Garrettson made the call.
Now Adam Keefe will take the outside jumper, come up short. The rebound pulled away by Drexler. Off to Terry Porter, who's checked back into the Blazers. Mario Elie. There's another one of those instances where Portland had nowhere to go with it, really. An almost impossible shot attempt. At the conclusion of tonight's game, Dick Versace and I will be selecting the Budweiser player of the game. 8.5 minutes to go in the half. Hawks up by 6. Kevin Willis lost it, but Mookie Blaylock gets it back. Willis had the ball slapped away and a whistle.
Again, the Hawks penetrating and dishing, penetrating, not necessarily looking for your own score. Watch this. Nice little penetration by Snoop Graham. Finds an open man. Kevin Willis gets it up, gets the foul, gets himself on the free throw line. With all this penetration and all this interior passing, it's resulting in the Atlanta Hawks getting a lot of their points in the paint. Right now, 20 of their 36 points have all come inside in the paint.
And playing with an ailing right leg, Kevin Willis just scored his 3rd point. He's pulled down 7 rebounds in this first half. Willis makes them both. He has 4, and the Hawks have an 8-point lead, 38-30. We've talked about all the winning the Hawks have been doing lately. It's been a common thing here at home. They won 8 in a row here at the Omni. Cliff Robinson hits a 3-pointer.
Well, that was the result of a double team on Clyde Drexler.
38-33, Atlanta by 5. Now Dwayne Farrell will take a long-range jumper. That wouldn't go for him. Cliff Robinson the rebound, gets it off to Porter. Porter down to Mario Elie. Mookie Blaylock, the lone man, back into Drexler. Good ball movement by Portland that time. And Clyde the Glide makes him pay his 9th point.
Well, one thing that you can always count on, the Portland Trail Blazers will always be coming at you, and they'll come at you from tip to buzzer.
Rick Adelman talking about his team early in the year. Talking about what a spurt the Blazers will go on at one point in the game, and then almost in every game they also have one very downtime when nobody can seem to hit a shot. They may have had that in the first quarter. They're waking up now. It's 38-37.
Well, here's a example of one of those spurts. Mario Elie gets a nice steal, penetrates, tries to draw the defender Mookie Blaylock, just finish it.
Hawks leading it by 1 with 7:26 remaining in the first half. Coming up right after our game tonight on TBS. Good motion picture, The Green Berets, starring John Wayne. That's right after Hawks basketball tonight.
Well, Pete, Atlanta has to be a little bit careful. You know, they've been playing so well. They've been riding the crest of the success they've had, winning 10 out of 11 games. But this Portland Trailblazer team is an explosive team. You see Adam Keefe take a spill, tripped over Cliff Robinson's foot.
Robinson called for a second foul.
They scored they had a 40-point second quarter against Charlotte, and they are capable of just exploding on you at any moment.
That's the point Rick Adelman was making earlier this year. He was saying that his team is capable of that. He'd like to see a little more consistency from the offense. Not so many ups and downs inside the same game. But they seem to have one spurt in every game where they just go ice cold. I think they recover.
I think a lot of that has to do with their shot selection. You know,
their style.
And we saw Bryant take some really ridiculous shots. And Clyde Drexler takes tough shots but can make tough shots.
Willis had it and lost it to Porter. Now the Blazers can grab the lead. Length of the court pass to Drexler. Adam Keefe trying to knock the ball away from him.
See, one of the things about Clyde Drexler that you just never think about, he is so unbelievably quick. I mean, his ability to chew up court is frightening. He can get out. He knows when to release. But even if he's starting deep on the court, he has an amazing ability to be at the other end quicker than you can possibly think he could do it.
John Koncak is checked back in the lineup, replacing Adam Keefe. Porter, the behind the back pass into the backcourt, kept alive by Drexler. Over and back, they're going to call, and that gives the ball back to Atlanta. So it's 6:50 left to play in quarter number 2. The Hawks up by 1. Koncak will inbounds it to Mookie Blaylock. Mookie ranked in the top 10 in 2 categories now in the NBA. He's 8th in assists and 10th in three-point shooting.
He can't be too far away from the steals, too. I'm sure that he's in the top 15.
Oh, absolutely. He's 3rd there. Let's make it 3 categories. I forgot that one. Dominique Wilkins called for the loose ball foul. That's his first. And Porter brings the ball down for the Blazers. Trail by 1. They try to get the lead back here. They were down by as many as 8. And there's another Blazer turnover. That is their 7th turnover in this first half.
Well, right now, Portland winning the battle of the boards, 18-11.
Seven seconds left on the shot clock. Dominique will take and make the jumper. He's got 19 points in this first half, and the Hawks are up by 3 now, 40-37. 5:50 remaining in this second quarter. Illegal defense. The first such call against Atlanta. Buck Williams, Jerome Kersey checking back in. Joe Wolf and Mario Elie sit down for Portland.
What happened was John Koncak was going to come over and double team, but he came over before the ball got to low post. You can't play low post and guard it with 2 men when the man in low post doesn't have the ball. It's the easiest of all the illegal defenses to call, and if you do it, it's almost always called.
And right now, Portland sort of self-destructing their last couple of trips down the court. They have thrown the ball away.
Oh, yeah.
Kevin Willis, the alley-oop.
Nice back pick.
6 points for Kevin, 42-37. Hawks have built the lead back up to 5, and they've outscored Portland in points off turnovers, 14-6. So they're making Portland pay for those turnovers. 2 misses that trip down by Portland. Willis the rebound off to Mookie Blaylock. Dominique Wilkins has some clear sailing. Couldn't convert, though. Kevin Willis comes away with it in the corner. He has 10 rebounds in this first half. Robinson recovers for Portland. Porter feeding Buck Williams, and Williams taking it in over Koncak. They're going to call the offensive foul on him. That's his second.
Well, it's the most common offensive foul called in the league, the clear away. You see, you try to protect your face. You take your offhand, put it into the chest or into the shoulder region and try to get the defender away.
Dominique goes back to work in the paint. 2 more for him.
I mean, he's got it all working. He's got every, I mean, the whole ball of wax, every cliche you can think of. Let's get the all cliche team here and put them all on Dominique.
Jeff Robinson's had a good quarter for Portland, but he's been about it. He has 9 points in the quarter, 11 on the night. He has scored 9. The rest of his team has only scored 4 points in this quarter. Ogman, nice. Little drop pass to Koncak.
That's the one thing that Bobby Weiss was telling me all year long. He could not get John Koncak to dive on double teams from the perimeter. He always stayed on the perimeter.
Buck Williams comes up empty. Rebound number 11 for Kevin Willis.
Look
Stacey
out.
Augmon in the paint.
Yeah.
Going to work. A little show of his own for Stacey Augmon.
The plastic man gets in the air. He finds ways to stretch that arm. Keeps on stretching. Double dips, double clutches. How about this? Stretch, double dip, double clutch. Yes, plastic man, Stacey Augmon.
Timeout, Portland. Hawks up by 9.
Well, you want to see the anatomy of a lob play? Watch Stacey Augmon to the right of your screen. Step up on Buck Williams. Set just a little bit of a back pick. That's all Kevin Willis needed. Nice lob from Mookie, lend me your comb, Blaylock.
And the Hawks have stretched it up to a 9-point advantage now, 48-39 with 3:35 to go, second quarter. A near steal by Mookie Blaylock, a near steal by Stacey Augmon, a near steal by Dominique Wilkins. And a block and a rebound by John Koncak. Dominique for 3. Comes up short, almost got his own rebound. Mookie Blaylock pulls it away. Until Mookie and Koncak pulled those last 2 rebounds down, Kevin Willis was the only Hawk starter with one. He had 11. Now Porter will stop and fire. Number 12 of the first half for Kevin Willis on the boards. And Portland, we told you about their shooting problems. Remember how hot they were in the first quarter? They've fallen off now to a 45% clip, which is right where they shoot for the season. Dominique into the paint. Everything's working. 23 points for Dominique Wilkins. 50
I'm
to
shaking
39.
my head. I'm shaking my head. This man is on fire. This man is magnificent.
An 11-point lead. Biggest lead of the night for Atlanta. Cliff Robinson off the glass for 2 more. He's hit for 11 in the quarter, 13 in the game, and it's 50-41 Hawks. Koncak looking inside, got it down to Mookie Blaylock. Nothing there for him, so Mookie brings it back out. And this time the Hawks turn the ball over.
Mookie got a little casual on that. He just sort of dropped the ball. Blazers bobbling the ball. Kind of sloppy in there right now.
Cliff Robinson had nowhere to go with that one. We have seen this happen 3 or 4 or 5 times to Portland players tonight. Getting into the paint, trying to get some kind of a move, and either losing the ball or taking a nearly impossible shot. That time Robinson had absolutely no way of getting a shot off.
You know, I think what's happened to this Portland team over the years, you know, they've had 3 tries at trying to win a championship. I think they've lost some confidence. We talked about the injury factor, but they just never have grown as far as shot selection, patience, willingness to play 5-on-5, and some of the things that they do defensively. I don't think they challenge shots near as well as they could. They got great athletes, and I think they've just been kind of blessed with the ability to take their athleticism and overwhelm people, and now the rest of the league is catching up to them.
Minute 33 remaining in the second quarter. And coming up at halftime, our Reebok halftime report. Craig Singer will have the Stinger, Mike Glenn, in our studios with scores and highlights, and also a conversation with Dominique Wilkins at halftime tonight on the Reebok halftime report. Hawks can't believe that they don't have the ball, and now I think they're going to get it overruled by Daryl Gerritsen. I think it will be Hawks ball.
Well, that's a very difficult thing for Jerome Kersey and, of course, Captain Clyde Drexler of the Portland Trailblazers to accept. You make the call here. You take a look and see what happens. Looks to me like it did go off of Kersey. But it's hard to say sometimes that amazingly our officials in the NBA are right a large percentage of the time.
The original call was Portland ball, but Darryl Garrettson overruled it. And the Hawks get it back. With a minute and a half to go, and Atlanta leading at 50-41. They're doing a good job defensively tonight in this Portland club. Kevin Willis from outside, a little short. Robinson the rebound for Portland. Portland averages close to 108 points a game. They've only scored 41 in this first half with just over a minute to go.
Well, this is a real bad matchup here. Cliff Robinson can take John Koncak off the dribble, and it's a lot of problems for Bobby Weiss right now with this lineup, because if he has Kevin Willis guard Cliff Robinson, that's a problem. John Koncak got matched up on him. It's a bigger problem. See, he just shakes him, freezes him, sets him up. He wants to go left and get in that lane, and Koncak just reaches in and fouls.
This will only be free throw attempts number 4 and 5 for Portland in this first half. And Cliff Robinson's got a shoe problem. As Clyde Drexler heads for the bench. I guess he's fixed his shoe now. And we'll go to the free throw line for the first time. 69% free throw shooter. Cliff Robinson now in his 4th year out of Connecticut.
He had a kind of a rap on him when he came out of Connecticut. He was supposed to be a soft player. He was supposed to be a good offensive player. He was supposed to be able to shoot the ball. He went down to Orlando, played very well down there, and that's where he got his reputation. A lot of people passed on him, and a lot of people made a mistake.
Yeah, because Portland was picking very, very late that year. Under a minute to go now. 50-42. Hawks by 8. Good hands by Porter, but Mookie recovers back near midcourt. Now loses the ball. Now gets it right back. Passing down to Dominique Wilkins. Here he goes again. And got fouled this time on the way up.
There's no answer for Dominique when he gets you isolated one-on-one, gets ahead of steam. Now you talk about a couple of guys who got great hands. Terry Porter, great hands. He's going to come up with the ball. But Mookie Blaylock never gives up, keeps scrapping. Ball bounces off of Porter. Blaylock gets it, pushes it up to Deke, and there's the spin move. Unstoppable on the line, Dominique Wilkins.
Buck Williams called for his 3rd foul. Dominique 2 for 2 from the line tonight. He has a 23-point first half.
We were talking about Cliff Robinson and his entrance into this league. In this particular quarter, he's got 12 points. He's an incredibly explosive player, the leading shot blocker, as I mentioned, on the Portland Trailblazer team. He's an excellent rebounder. He's a good defender. I think he's a lock for the 6-man award this year.
25 now for Dominique Wilkins. 52-42. Hawks by 10. Porter back outside. Mario Elie. Over in the corner, Jerome Kersey. It's a shot he didn't have when he first came into the league. He has worked on that and improved it yearly. His 4th point of the first half, 52-44. Steve Henson back in there. He had a couple of 3-point baskets in the first quarter. 8 seconds left in the shot clock. And a foul is going to be called on Jerome Kersey, his 3rd. Dominique Wilkins, 25 points, 4 for 4 from the free throw line. He's averaging 30 points a game on the season, number 2 in the league. To Michael Jordan, he misses that free throw. He's 10 of 16 from the field in this first half. Now 4 of 5 on the free throw line. Dave Johnson checking back in for the Blazers. Only 16 seconds remaining in this first half. Dominique has 26. And the Hawks are up by 9.
Well, see, Dominique would rather play a team like Portland that really
faced a career-threatening injury. But not only did he come back, he came back perhaps better than ever. Before tonight's game, he talked with us from the Omni. And Nick, first of all, you've been carrying this team off and on for 11 seasons, but what has happened in the last month that has enabled you to win 10 of the last 11?
Well, I think the meeting we had after the Indiana game was the difference in the way we were playing. You know, we had to define some roles. We had to get guys thinking other things other than offense. And, you know, you have to play roles in any league if you're going to be successful, and I think that's why we have the turnaround.
Now, Nick, you're having your best year now, and I remember you back in the old days when your diet before training camp was potato chips and a Sprite. But in this new era with strength and conditioning coaches and new diet, have you changed the way that you train?
Oh, I train this year more than I ever trained for my life, and that's because of the injuries that I've had. And, you know, I think you know, getting married too helped. You know, my diet changed. I don't eat the chips and candy bars before games anymore.
Okay, well, now players are playing longer. George Foreman's in his 40s, and the Chiefs about 39. How long do you think you can play at this pace?
Until they wheelchair me out of here. That's when I'll give it up.
But despite the recent success, Nick, there's kind of a feeling or perception that the team is stuck in mediocrity. You're not good enough to win a title, but you're not bad enough to get the top pick in the lottery. How do you assess the team?
Well, you know, I don't even worry about either one. The thing I try to worry about is how well we're going to play each night out. And I think when you're playing well and you're playing hard and you're playing together, anything can happen. You know, there's been teams in the past who people counted out and they came out victorious in the end. So you never know what can happen.
What about playoff position? Are you looking now as, hey, we maybe be playing Cleveland, New York? Who do we match up better against?
I tell you, it really doesn't matter to me who we play. Any one of those top teams, I think we can play and we can beat, especially the way we're playing right now. So it really doesn't matter to me.
Tempo of the game, Nick. I saw a game against Miami a couple of nights ago. Mookie made a steal at the free throw line. Before he gets to half court, you were out ahead of him running. How has Mookie helped you and the up-tempo game?
Mookie is one of the reasons why I'm playing as well as I'm playing this year, because, you know, he's a guy who knows the game, a guy who is a smart player, and he gets the ball where it needs to be. He and I work great together.
What about the defense? Obviously, you have Stacey Augmon. He was an NCAA Defensive Player of the Year twice. Mookie's great. How has that made you a better defensive player?
Well, you know, when you got people around you playing defense like a Mookie and like Snoop and guys like Koncak who now starting to pick his defense intensity up, you know, it makes you want to play that much more defense.
Well, Nick, thanks for being with us.
Thank you very much.
Not only does he hold virtually every Hawks record, he's about to pass Larry Bird as the 11th leading scorer of all time in the league.
And the jump shooting has improved. I work with him a lot.
All right, thanks for being with us, Mike. We'll be back with the final word as the Reebok Halftime Report continues.
Welcome back to the Omni in Atlanta where the Hawks lead it 53-47 at halftime. And Dick Versace, this impressive stretch of basketball the Hawks have been playing this entire month has just continued here tonight.
Well, and the guy that's doing it is Dominique Wilkins. Unfortunately, he's not getting a lot of help from the rest of the team. He's 10 out of 16. The rest of the team, Pete, is 11 for 32. One of the things I think that's helped them is that they have played very good defense, and their defense is what's holding them in.
Very aggressive.
Yeah, the contributions from the rest of the team are defensively, not offensively. How about this? Mookie Blaylock scrambling. A little help from Stacey Augmon. Plastic Man gets his arm in there. Hey, how about some more help? Dominique, yeah, I'm playing D too. Now, challenge, but there's size. And completing the defense is getting the rebound. That's very good basketball. Very good defense.
Well, here's some numbers for you from the first half. Points in the paint. The Hawks have an 8-point advantage there. Portland did turn the ball over 10 times in the first half, and the Hawks made them pay, getting 12 points off those 10 turnovers, while the Hawks only turned the ball over 6 times. But really, the story of this entire first half is a one-man show that Dominique Wilkins has been putting on.
Yeah, but it's also been, I think, the passing of the Atlanta Hawks. The Hawks are doing this like they've never done all year long. Koncak down to the baseline to Adam Keefe. How about a little back pick, a wide open shot, Snoop Graham inside. That's very good basketball, very unselfish.
Dominique Wilkins, a 26-point first half with moves like this.
Well, I love that little duck under he makes, you know. I just love watching him go to the basket because he gets totally creative. He's a real artist when he gets on his way to the basket.
And really the only reason that the Portland Trail Blazers are as close as they are is because they've gotten a big first half out of Cliff Robinson, who came off the bench to score 14.
Well, when Willis and Koncak both play together and Robinson is in the lineup along with Mark Bryant, Robinson finds that he gets an opportunity to get the ball in transition. That time he was picked up by Snoop Graham. That's not the guy that's guarding him. They also can take people off the dribble. He's having a very, very good first half.
He also had 6 rebounds in the first half. He's the only double-figure scorer for the Portland Trail Blazers, who trail the Hawks 53-47 as the third quarter is about to begin. Rebounds about even. Portland with 23. The Hawks with 19.
You know, we work out all these little things and barometers and predictions, and here's another one that's kind of interesting. The Hawks have won 12 times in a row when they're leading at half. Now they're leading at half. It'll be interesting to see what happens tonight. You know, does this barometer hold true?
Remember early in the year when the Hawks were struggling some, there were quite a few games where they would have a halftime lead and then lose it quickly in the opening minutes of the third quarter.
Well, I think the difference is that they're really attempting to play defense now, and so you can control the flow of a game with defense.
Koncak, Blaylock, Willis, Wilkins, and Stacey Augmon on the court for the Hawks as quarter number 3 begins. Stacey Augmon takes the first shot. Rebound pulled away by Dominique Wilkins. Lost the ball, though, as he got into the paint. Clyde Drexler stripped him of it. Down it comes to Terry Porter. Porter feeding the trailer Drexler, and Drexler got nailed. And we'll get a trip to the free throw line out of that. John Koncak called for his second. Drexler with a 9-point first half. Going to the free throw line. Missing 22 games this year.
Well, I thought his comment was kind of interesting when you and I were chatting with him. We said
I think it was a different way of saying that the NBA season is a long one.
Yeah, we were saying here's what's happened to him since his return. 2 games only. He'll always put points on the board. He's not shooting the ball very well from a percentage standpoint.
But you've mentioned to him that he'd missed a lot of games, and he said, "Yeah, but I've played a lot of games too."
I mean. And
like coming up short. Kersey the rebound.
I guess it's the old dream team excuse. All the teams that aren't doing well are using the dream team experience as an excuse. Teams that are doing well, and say it didn't even bother him. It was like a paid vacation.
Both teams misfiring here early. Nobody's hit a field goal yet in this third quarter. 53-48 Atlanta. Mookie Blaylock thinking about it. Dominique will take the 3-point shot. And comes up short. Rebound pulled away by Terry Porter. Off the glass, Porter. First field goal of the quarter. He has 9. It's a 53-50 Atlanta lead. Early in the third. Dominique lobs it down to Kevin Willis. There's that little move along the baseline that you like, Dick. And this time it wouldn't go. Hung on the rim for Kevin Willis and fell out. Portland gets it back. Kersey in traffic. Wild shot attempt. Loose ball picked up by Mookie Blaylock. We got a 4-on-2 break. Kevin Willis to finish it.
Well, you got a 4-on-2 break because neither Kevin nor Dominique Wilkins went back on defense. And I think in the long run and over the course of the game, if you're not going to go back and join your teammates on defense, you're going to get hurt more than you can get help. Now that time they got help, they also got lucky.
Willis pulls away another rebound. He's in double figures in the rebounding department tonight. Mookie Blaylock passing to Stacey.
Oh!
This one hangs and falls for Stacey.
Now you wonder why I call him Plastic Man. I mean, you would not think that he could possibly make that shot, but he just has an ability to continue his arm out there and put some English on it, kiss it off the glass, and finish.
John Drexler going to work on Koncak. Drops it off to Buck Williams. Williams comes up short. How about that for a rebound? He's always been a great rebounder. He hasn't got many of them like that, though. The miss by Bryant. The rebound by Kevin Willis. His 14th rebound tonight. Blaylock feeding Stacey. Another move by Augmon. He has 4 in the quarter, 8 in the game. This is one of those spurts where Portland is self-destructing, and the Hawks have built their lead back up to 9.
You wonder why I call him Plastic Man. Stacey Augmon penetrates, gets the ball inside, and stretches out. The arm keeps going, and the ball drops. The success of a fast break is often determined by the outlet pass, especially when it's a long one. Look, see, Mookie Blaylock catches the ball at half court. Now Stacey Augmon has an easy finish.
Fast break points tonight. Hawks have scored 32 of them. Portland 22. 59-50 Atlanta score. A little over 9 minutes to go in the third quarter. Porter, nobody on him at all. Still couldn't get it to go. Another rebound for Kevin Willis. Another length of the court pass. This time to Dominique Wilkins with a chance for a 3-point play. Dominique Wilkins now with 28 points tonight. Dick, I've got something I want to talk to you about this Hawks team. When they play Eastern Conference teams here at the Omni, they're 10-12. When they play Western Conference teams, they're 11-1. They seem to like the Western style of basketball better.
They do, because, see, they like to run just like this. Nick knows he's going to be in the game, but watch this. What a wonderful outlet pass and finish. But look at Dominique over the cheerleaders.
And he completes the three-point play, giving him a 29-point night. It is 62-50. Hawks up by 12. Portland's only scored 3 points in the first 3.5 minutes of this third quarter. Kersey takes it up against Koncak. John's going to get called for his third foul.
See, John Koncak right now in this 11-game spate of games that the Hawks have won 10 of has really played within himself. He's found a place on the team. He doesn't get embarrassed about everything that doesn't go well for him like he used to. He even in the last game against Houston, after he left the game, even though he did not score many points, he did have 11 rebounds, and he did play a good game defensively. He got an ovation from this crowd. So little things don't bother him like they used to, and he's really made himself a valuable asset on his team by doing the little things, playing defense, shot blocking, clogging up the middle.
Yeah, he had a good comment after that Houston game as well. When he got that standing ovation near the end for the great defense he had played all night. And the rebounding, Stacey Augmon off the glass, no. Williams the rebound. Koncak, interviewed by a local TV station here, said, I think these people are actually starting to like me again. Fans have been on John pretty good over the years.
Yeah,
here.
they've been on him hard, and it's he's a sensitive guy, and it's really bothered him.
Boy, Portland cannot find any kind of a shot to drop tonight. They're 1 or 2 for 11 now. Field goals.
Well, that time, see, Kevin Willis really did a good job of going out and making the Jerome Kersey missed the shot. Now he felt that, oh, look at this collision with Porter. Porter stood right in there. But see, Dominique really missed Kevin Willis over on the left, and Kevin Willis had done a nice job of making the shooter miss. Then he ran down court. Dominique has to realize that and try to reward him and push the ball up to him. Instead, he ends up picking up a charge. That can cause problems on a team when those kinds of decisions are made.
Portland still can't find a hot hand. Koncak the rebound, threw it away, trying to get it over to Stacey Augmon, led him a little too much.
But you see Augmon now, he's looking at Koncak and saying, hey, my fault, big fella. I should have made you look good on that. I really appreciate the fact. Wait a minute, they're reversing the call here for some reason. It must have gone off of a Trailblazer, Pete. I didn't really see that. I thought it went off of Stacey Augmon.
Blaylock, nice pass to Kevin Willis. Comes up short. Drexler got a hand on the ball, trying to save it inbounds, does, but to Augmon. Quickly back to Kevin Willis underneath. Basket bounce, and he drew the foul.
Well, Kevin Willis has been having a hard time getting the ball to go in the basket all night long. Hasn't stopped him from getting on the board, setting picks, and running the court. But finally, after a bump inside, he does get the ball to fall. See, he says, finally, I got the ball in the basket.
And Buck Williams in a little foul trouble now. That's his 4th personal. So he takes a seat on the bench. And Mark Bryant is checked in to replace him. Willis has scored 11 points now in the night. The Hawks have that lead. Back up to 11, 65-54. Cliff Robinson's going to try a 3. Come nowhere close. Drexler the follow. That wouldn't go. Kevin Willis another rebound. Gets it over to Mookie Blaylock. Blaylock firing over to Dominique Wilkins, making another move toward the hole for 2 more.
Yes! Crawl in! Cry in!
31 for Dominique. 67-54. Hawks by 13. Drexler. Robinson. Mark Bryant. Bryant was blocked by Koncak, and they're going to call a foul into there, and the Hawks aren't happy about this call. It's called against Koncak. That's his 4th.
Well, Bobby White's not very happy about it. He's got John Koncak very aggressive. John goes up, challenges, feels he gets all ball there. He's got a case. Went over and tried to make it with Daryl Gerritsen. That's not a case he'll win.
It's Mark Bryant at the line. Bryant with a 3-point night tonight, 1 for 2 from the free throw line. Adam Keefe's getting ready to check in and replace Concact, who's picked up his 4th foul. And let's take a look now at tonight's GMC Truck NBA scoreboard. Boston on a roll. Washington up early over Milwaukee. Denver and Utah getting underway. Concact getting another nice hand from the crowd here as he sits down.
Oh, that's really good to see. The young man has really suffered, really had difficulty ever since that huge contract he got in the restricted free agent offer sheet from Detroit.
17 rebounds tonight for Kevin Willis. There's still a lot of time to go. 6 minutes and 23 seconds in the 3rd quarter. And this morning they were listing Kevin Willis as doubtful. Nice move inside Mookie Blaylock.
Yeah, and he challenged the best shot blocker on the Portland Trailblazers and won.
Hawks by 14 now. Cliff Robinson takes it in over Willis. It wouldn't go, and there's rebound number 18 for Kevin. Stolen, though, by Mario Elie. Gets it over to Porter, and Porter runs into Willis, loses the ball out of bounds. It still belongs to Portland. Kevin Willis wasn't expected to play tonight. They were listing him this morning as doubtful because of his right leg, but he tried it. Came out here early tonight, gave it a try, said it felt okay. And, boy, he hasn't shown any ill effects.
Well, sometimes when you come out and you get warm and then you get your adrenaline going, it has a tendency to mute the pain a little bit.
Hawks on the run, on the Blaylock to Dominique. Fans are loving this style of basketball. 33 points for Dominique Wilkins and a chance to go to the free throw line again.
Well, this is the kind of basketball that's fun to watch. It's fun to watch Dominique do his thing. But not only that, it's infectious. It's infectious for the team. It's infectious for the fans. It's infectious for anybody that watches it on TBS. It's great to watch. Dominique Wilkins inspiring his team, high energy level player at age 33, probably more energy than any member of the Atlanta Hawk roster.
Well, he has just surpassed his age in points tonight. 34 points for Dominique. Stolen by Adam Keefe. 72-55. Atlanta by 17. Quickly on the run. Dominique Wilkins from outside. Short with that one. Rebound comes out deep to Porter. Gary Porter taking it wall to wall. Adam Keefe another rebound. He's got 5 boards. Mookie, Stacey, Neek. Dominique, another inventive move. A 36-point night for Dominique Wilkins. And the Portland Trailblazers are 19 points down with 5:12 to go in the 3rd.
Well, Dominique Wilkins got it all working. Nobody really picked him up there, so he just went in and said, I'll just take a layup here. You're going to give me that. He's going to get his 40 tonight. Chasing Michael Jordan.
NBA action, some good ones. Phoenix and Chicago. Bob Neal, Doug Collins will have that one for you from Chicago Stadium tomorrow night at TNT. Then Thursday, the Charlotte Hornets and the Orlando Magic, a couple of teams that are behind Atlanta right now in the playoff picture. They'll match up. That one, too, on TNT. Play resumes inside. Cliff Robinson over Stacey Augmon. Short rebound, pulled away Augmon. Hawks on the run again. Stacey gives it over to Dominique Wilkins. He stops and fires over Porter. Comes up short. Offensive rebound. Adam Keefe had the ball stripped away. Now Portland on the run. Clyde Drexler leaves it for Robinson. Robinson finally gets one to fall. That is only the 3rd field goal of the quarter for Portland. 74-57, Atlanta by 17.
Well, because of all these fast break baskets, Atlanta is getting all their baskets in the paint. 16 of their 21 points have come inside, just like that. Little penetration, little dish. Stacey Augmon shoots a high percentage shot.
10 points now for Stacey Augmon, and Mario Elie trying to get himself past Adam Keefe. Was fouled instead by Adam, his 2nd personal.
Well, Adam Keefe probably leads the Atlanta Hawks and maybe the Eastern Conference in getting shot blocked. His shot blocked because he just doesn't know how to score inside yet, and it leads to a nice, easy basket for Cliff Robinson.
Meanwhile, Clyde Drexler just hit a 15-foot jumper. He has 5 in the quarter, 14 on the night. Hawks still comfortably ahead, though, by 17. A little over 4 minutes to go in the 3rd. Mookie, nice pass. Kevin Willis.
Oh, resounding.
13 Kevin Willis. 17 rebounds for Kevin Willis. And this morning he wasn't supposed to play. Drexler from outside. That line drive jumper of his wouldn't go. Mookie Blaylock pulls it away. Hawks on the run again. 3.5 minutes remaining. Hawks up by 19. Terry Porter got a hand in there. Still Hawks ball.
Well, let's take a look and see the pick and roll. See, Willis slips the pick and roll, and he just really buries this. He's got that adrenaline cooking.
Mookie down double figures in assists on the night. That was his 10th. Down low to Dominique. Dominique Wilkins. There's another inventive move, but this time it wouldn't go for him. Rebound pulled away by Ellie. Yep, this will be an easy chip shot for Terry Porter. And Terry Porter now in double figures with 11, but the Hawks still up by 17. Stacey Augmon taking it wall to wall, coming up short. Bryant the rebound. He and Stacey get tangled up down there. And Augmon called for the foul, his second.
Augmon a little frustrated because he missed the shot. Takes a swipe, takes a little belt in there, then pulls him down. But don't get up and argue with Mark Bryant.
They're giving away a few pounds when you get up and argue
Not
with
a
Mark.
good idea.
Stacey about 205, Mark Bryant about 245.
And mean looking.
Mark out of Seton Hall and getting a lot more minutes in the absence of Kevin Duckworth, who's out with a bad right knee. You know, they tried starting him as at this big forward spot at the beginning of the season about 2-3 years ago, and they kept at it for about a dozen games, and that didn't work, so he went back to the bench. That was one effort they made to give him more minutes.
Well, I just think he needs another team if he's ever going to get a lot of minutes. This is a team that just keeps loading up. I think they draft really well. They do a nice job of getting athletes. Dave Johnson this last year, Tracy Murray, Cliff Robinson, all late-round picks. Mark Bryant, a late-round pick himself. They do a wonderful job of getting athletic guys, and it's very difficult to break into the lineup, you know, of a team that's been in the conference, you know, championship so many times.
And some of the younger players in the Portland team, some of the rookies this year, are finding that out. Not getting many minutes, although Tracy Murray's been getting a few more lately. 78-62, Atlanta by 16. 7 seconds left in the shot clock. Adam Keefe had the ball stripped away by Mark Bryant. Porter alley-oops it to Robinson. He leaves it for Mario Elie. And Elie puts it home. He has 4. Hawks by 14 now with 2.5 minutes to go in the third. Mookie, a 3-point effort. Rolls around and out. Mario Elie the rebound. Elie to Porter, almost stolen by Snoop Graham. Cliff Robinson inside, 2 more. He has 18. Right at a season average, and the lead has been cut to 12 now.
Well, remember what we talked about. This team is an incredibly explosive team. I'm talking about the Portland Trail Blazers. They really know how to get out and run and how to get easy baskets, and they never stop coming at you. This time, hey, look at Mark Bryant. Just take the ball away from Adam Keefe. Push it up to Porter. Down inside to Cliff Robinson. Over to Buck Williams. Easy basket inside.
4 points for Bryant, 9 straight points for Portland. And they've cut the Atlanta Hawks lead to 10.
See, I think Dominique Wilkins is more effective when he gets the ball on an isolation if he's trying to get to the free throw line. When he gets the ball in the crowd, he doesn't really get the call. He's got all these creative moves, and the officials are kind of used to seeing it. Great penetration and dish. Mookie Blaylock. Pete, Mookie Blaylock, some kind of player, isn't he?
He now has 11 assists. Kevin Willis now has 15 points. The Hawks now have a 12-point lead. This will be 3 if it goes, and it does for Terry Porter. His second 3-pointer of the night. He has 14 points, and the lead is down to 9 with 1 minute left in the third. I just can't get over how much better the Hawks moved the ball offensively. Well, just a short time ago, about a month ago, we were talking about 13, 14 games back. That was a severe problem on this team. Cliff Robinson now has 20.
A lot of it has to do with just, the mental makeup of teams. The brutality of an NBA schedule makes the psyche of the players involved on these rosters very, very sensitive indeed.
Porter's going to try another three and hit another three. He has 10 points in the quarter, 17 in the night, and all of a sudden the Blazers are back within 7.
Well, when Terry Porter gets on a roll, he can hurt you by himself.
He's a 41% three-point shooter on the year. Kevin Willis take the outside jumper and hit it. Kevin Willis having a big quarter. He has 13 points in the quarter, 19 points on the night. 84-76. And now the Hawks a chance to score the final points in this third quarter. Snoop Graham can't. The tip by Adam Keefe won't count. And the horn sounds ending quarter number 3. The Hawks were up by 6 at the half. They are up by 8 after 3. Leading Portland 84-76. First half turnovers. Blazers had 10, only 2 though in the third quarter, while the Hawks turned the ball over 8 times in the third quarter.
Yeah, but look at those bench points. The Blazers 26 and the Hawks 10.
That's mostly Cliff Robinson. He has 20 of those 26 points.
Yeah, but it's also very typical of this team. Their bench normally outscores the other bench 40-29.
When everybody's healthy, this Portland club is deep. Rod Strickland can't play tonight. He's got a bad right leg. Kevin Duckworth, as we told you earlier, is on the injured list with a bad knee. But when they're all healthy, they are deep.
I don't think they ever think they're out of a game because they're so explosive.
Well, they had a 17-6 run to wind up that third quarter and get them to where they are now. 3-second violation. And the ball goes back to Atlanta. Mookie Blaylock, Kevin Willis, Adam Keefe, Snoop Graham, Dwayne Farrell out there for the Hawks. L.A. Bryant, Robinson, Johnson, and Drexler for Portland. Dwayne Farrell has some operating room. Put back by Kevin Willis. 21 points for Willis. 19 rebounds for Kevin Willis.
Not bad for a guy that was questionable.
Yeah. Have to put down from next to his name every morning.
A great idea.
86-78. Back to Kevin Willis, outside jumper.
He's feeling it now. This is like rhythm time.
23 points and 19 rebounds for Willis, and the Hawks are back up by 10. Cliff Robinson has 24. Atlanta by 8. Snoop Graham takes the jumper, comes up short, kept alive and pulled down by Adam Keefe over to Mookie Blaylock. Snoop Graham will bring it back outside.
More and more, Adam Keefe is becoming a very handy player. Gets himself on the free throw line here. Basketball's hidden way to score. But the guy that's really carrying a load right now with Dominique Wilkins on the bench is that man right there, Kevin Willis.
I mean, up to an hour before game time, if you asked Bobby Weiss or Bob Weinhauer or Johnny Davis what Kevin's availability was tonight, they weren't sure.
Well, I asked Kevin. I came in, he gave me a little wave. I said, how you feeling? He goes, it's kind of sore, but I'm going to give it a try. In the first half, he was 2 for 11, but this half, 8 for 10.
88-80. Hawks by 8 with 10:15 remaining in the game. Ellie looking for Drexler. Mark Bryant. He's not made many of those. That's the 20th rebound of the night. More rebounds than anybody else has pulled down against Portland all year. Inside, Dwayne Farrell. Good defense there by Clyde Drexler. Punched that ball away.
You give Snoop Graham a little credit for threading the needle and throwing that ball inside. He was able to find Dwayne Farrell.
And Steve Henson is checked back in, gets the ball into Kevin Willis. He feeds Snoop Graham off the glass. Snoop has 2 more. He has 4 on the night. And the Hawks have that lead back up to 10 with 9:40 left.
Well, in winning 10 out of their last 11 games, the Atlanta Hawks have been averaging 30 assists a game. That's an all-time high for them. this season. They have not had that kind of unselfishness displayed for any length of time or any period of games where they are putting up 30 assists a game. Of course, assists always being a measure of unselfishness on a team.
Foul's called on Dwayne Farrell. Ball will be inbounded by the rookie from Syracuse, Dave Johnson. Drexler trying to work on Farrell, and Dwayne's going to be called for another one. That's his second. We'll be back with you from Seattle on Saturday night. That'll be a 10:05 Eastern time start. The Hawks and the Seattle Supersonics, one of the other strong ones out there in the West.
Something about Seattle that I think is missing. I can't put my finger on it. I like the team. It was always handy. I could always blame Benoit Benjamin before, but he's not with them anymore. So, but just as an element, maybe it's the leadership at point guard that I don't think is there. I'm not sure what it is, but I don't think they have enough to be the team that comes out of the West. Just a feeling.
A 9-point Atlanta lead. Dwayne Farrell operating inside, trying to give the ball off to Adam Keefe. Keefe trying to go up. And a whistle from Darryl Garretson. Jerome Kersey called for his fourth. And going to the line, Adam Keefe. He wasn't sure if they were going to give him shots there or just give the ball back to Atlanta. He's improved in his free throw shooting. Earlier in the year, he was shooting in the low 60s. Now he's right at 70% for the year.
Well, you know, I heard him on a radio show one time. He was being interviewed, and he impressed me with his knowledge of the NBA. Most rookies coming in this league, you know, they might know their school fight song, and they know all about their league that they're in college and the NCAAs, the NIT, but they don't know about the NBA. But this young man knew all about the NBA, knew the standings, the details, the stats. So I thought to myself, well, if he can make it physically, he's certainly going to make it mentally because he's into it. He wants to be a part of it.
And I will never jinx him again by saying he's improved his foul shooting as the season gone on. It always happens. You say something like that, and they go up there and throw up a couple of bricks. 90-81 with 9 minutes to go. Hawks by 9. Nice inside pass to Cliff Robinson. Robinson now at 26. His career high is 32, and he's got a shot at that tonight.
Well, Cliff is so quick. 6'10", 200-plus pounds. Quick as a cat. Slip that pick and roll. Nothing you can do about it.
Graham, little fall-away shot over Drexler. Wouldn't go. Robinson the rebound. Portland is getting back into this, folks. They're down by 7. Johnson turnaround jumper. Nope, and Kevin Willis pulls down a rebound, number 21. Steve Henson gets sandwiched between Kersey and Ellie, and they're going to call it on Jerome Kersey. That's his 5th.
Well, watch this pick and roll. See, he comes over, fakes like he's going to set the screen, and then slips. That's called slipping the pick and roll. And when you got that kind of speed and size and leaping ability, you're dangerous.
Changed that foul to Mario Ellie. They called it on him, not Kersey. 4th team foul. The Hawks will be shooting the rest of the night when Portland commits a foul. Henson's shot wouldn't go. Kept alive by Keefe. Pulled away by contact. Back to Henson again for the outside jumper. That wouldn't go. Rebound Clyde Drexler. Mario Ellie to Dave Johnson. And Johnson got nailed by Snoop Graham. And a little frustration showing now on Atlanta's side as they have let a big lead get whittled down to 7 and a chance now to get it down to 5.
Well, that's a pretty hard hit here. Henson just not happy. Look, he's mad. He's upset. He had a wide open jumper in the corner. I mean, no one was on him. That's a shot, you know, he can make. It's a good shot for him. Made a living with that shot at K-State. Very unhappy with himself. Right now, Bobby Weiss has a couple of tired players out there, and Portland just keeps throwing these athletes at you. They keep running at you. They keep pushing the ball, and don't get discouraged by low shooting percentage. They just keep coming at you. And Adam Keefe is having a hard time. He's banging inside, and he's running the court, and he's a guy that probably needs a rest right now.
It is 90-84, Atlanta by 6. Lane violation on that last one. Hawks get the ball. John Koncak will inbounds it. Mookie Blaylock's checked back in. In this game, this has happened a couple of times where Portland's made little runs at the Hawks, and then they've just gone flat. The Hawks have put together a run.
Well, you see, Clyde Drexler is guarding Dominique. Drexler, bad leg, good leg, is not a great defender. He gets help with the double team. Deke tries to score over it.
And the Blazers come away with a rebound, down by 6. Cliff Robinson in a mismatch there, and Mookie Blaylock. Koncak hustles back. Outside Kersey. Kersey drills the jumper. He has 8 points. The lead is down to 4. 90-86.
This matchup of Drexler and Wilkins is something that Bobby Weiss will try to take advantage of. Now he's trying to post them. They've got to get the spot-up shooters set so that when the double team comes, they can take advantage of it.
Snoop Graham almost lost the ball out of bounds, trying to save it. Mario Elie recovers to Clyde Drexler for 2.
And then things are complicated on the other end by Mookie Blaylock trying to go for a steal, ends up giving up a layup. Bobby Weiss clearly, and justly so, wants to talk about the turn of events. See, the spot-up shooters weren't organized. That's why Neek had a hard time finding somebody to throw it to. And then you see Mookie Blaylock go for the steal and they give up a real easy basket.
Knights, Dutch boy in the paint. Big night for Kevin Willis inside. Big night for Cliff Robinson inside. Big night for Atlanta inside. 54 of their 90 points have come in the paint. But right now, the Portland Trailblazers have put a run together and gotten back to it in 2. They are shooting 71% in this fourth quarter. The Hawks are shooting 30%.
You can shoot 71% when you get all layups, and they're getting all layups off of mistakes that the Atlanta Hawks are making, turnovers, and not getting back defensively, mainly because I think they had some tired people out there and they were getting outnumbered at the other end. Bobby Weiss needs to get, I'm sorry, Pete, he needs to get all his athletes into the game right now, and it looks like he has.
He's got the starters all back out there. Underneath, a nice pass to John Koncak, and Koncak has 6 points. 12 assists for Mookie Blaylock. 92-88, the lead back up to 4. 6:40 left to go in the game. Porter inside Cliff Robinson. And he's got 2 more. What a night he's having. 28 points, just 4 away from his career high. And it's back to a 2-point Atlanta lead. Dominique has yet to score in this fourth quarter. After hitting for 36 in the first 3.
They're trying to post him up inside.
And even all that traffic, he got the shot off. Contact the rebound. 3 if it goes. Cliff Robinson the rebound. This trip down, Portland can tie it. Elie underneath the Porter. Wouldn't go for him. Koncak battling Kersey for the rebound. And Atlanta gets the ball back.
John Koncak, kind of an unsung hero here, created a second scoring opportunity with an offensive rebound, key defensive rebound at the other end, protecting the basket defensively. But Atlanta's got to get their people back and get matched up, because Portland's pushing the ball and they're getting unmolested opportunity baskets at the other end. On the offensive end, they've got high percentage shots. Atlanta is just simply not getting back and matching up.
And they have come all the way back. A 30-point night for Cliff Robinson. Still a lot of time to go. 5:20. Stacey Augmon off the glass over Jerome Kersey. Augmon has 12. The Hawks have the lead back. 94-92. Picked by Mookie Blaylock. A 3-on-2. Hawks break. Dominique Wilkins inside. The fake. The shot off the glass. He drew the foul. Cliff Robinson got him.
Mookie Blaylock, such a smart player. Great hands. Saw the one-on-one. Saw Kersey trying to take Augmon one-on-one. Slides down. Gets his hand in there. Great pick. Great steal. One of the best stealing point guards in the NBA. Take a look here. There he is. He just steps right in there, gets it, pushes the ball up, gets the ball up to his teammate, Dominique Wilkins. Wilkins gets the ball, drives inside, finds a way to get on the line, trying to help his team.
Flying the red eye. Lousy.
The Clippers in Seattle on the road, then home against the Knicks and Bulls, then at Charlotte, then home against Cleveland, a real tough team for Atlanta, and then a road game at Detroit. So the next 8 games, a tough stretch for the Atlanta Hawks.
Well, one of the things that we haven't talked about, we've been giving them a lot of praise for this run that they have, and indeed they've put together a great run, 10 out of 11 wins, but most of those wins have come against sub-500 teams. A lot of those wins have been at home, but they are playing well, and you got to give credit where credit is due. They're playing good defense. They've cleaned up their transition defense. They've got a better feeling about each other, but they've got to be able to win games like this one here and many of those that we see coming up.
38 points tonight for Dominique Wilkins. Hawks back up by 4 with 4:48 to go. Illegal defense call against Atlanta. That's technical, and that's a bad time for that to happen.
Well, there seemed to be some confusion. They were coming out of a timeout, and often when they come out of the timeout, that man, Bobby Weiss, likes to run a little trap. The way he runs the trap is he takes the small forward, he brings him up, they double team the ball, and they protect both blocks and overplay one wing. That time, John Concat got confused. He didn't know whether he was supposed to double team or not. He didn't, and 2 guys were in an area where they shouldn't be, and it was an illegal defense.
Terry Porter converting the free throw to make it a 3-point game now, 96-93. Porter backing in on play lock. Takes it inside, back outside to Cliff Robinson. Robinson taking the jumper, a little strong with this one. Kersey, though, gets their offensive board. Porter for 3, no. Rebound, Dominique Wilkins. Hawks on the run. Back to Dominique, up off the...
Now that's beautiful basketball.
40 points for Dominique Wilkins. There's the 40 that he has to score every game the rest of the way to catch Michael Jordan. 98-93. Robinson has just matched his career high. That's 32 points for Cliff Robinson. That's back to a 3-point game, 98-95. Dominique Wilkins got into the paint. He's going to be called for traveling. He thought he got fouled. He's furious.
He got bumped. That happens a lot. They just expect that he can do the spectacular all the time. Watch this. He comes off the curl, goes into the lane. Well, I don't know, a little bit of a stumble there.
He was expecting the foul. Instead, they call him for traveling.
I think
Williams inbounds it to Terry Porter.
Pete, there was a little bit of a bump there, not much of one, and then he stumbled, but he thought he'd get the call. He didn't.
3:45 to go, 98-95, Hawks by 3. Drexler sends it all the way across the Porter. Only 7 seconds left on the shot clock now. Hawks very aggressive on defense right now. Only 2 seconds left to shoot it. Cliff Robinson beat the clock. A 3-pointer, a 35-point night. New career high for Cliff Robinson. We're tied at 98.
Well, Cliff Robinson has 35 points off the bench. The Atlanta Hawks' entire bench has 12 points.
Stacey Augmon. Almost had it stolen by Porter. Ball still belongs to Atlanta, but only 6 seconds left on the shot clock.
Well, what you're seeing Portland do now, you don't see them do it all the time. They certainly don't do it for sustained periods of time. And that is they are really stepping up and playing good pressure defense. And when you take the athleticism on that Portland Trailblazer roster and apply it to playing good defense, they can be awesome.
Augmon going to the line. First trip to the free throw line for Stacey tonight. He's a 73% free throw shooter on the year. And he puts the Hawks back up by 1. You always feel somewhat relieved when the Atlanta Hawks get to 100 points, which they have just done. When the Atlanta Hawks score 100 points or more, they're 36-14. When they don't score 100, they're 0-18. So they've got their 100. With 3 minutes to go and a 2-point lead. Porter to Drexler. Drexler is going to try a 3. Strong with it. Dominique Wilkins paddles for the rebound. Comes away with it. Dominique to Kevin Willis. Willis pulls over Porter and puts it home. What
Very
Kevin
unselfish
Willis
play.
is having.
Very, very unselfish play. Dominique Wilkins working yeoman on the boards. Kicks
Porter
it out.
still glaring at Gary Benson as he comes down the court. He said, I'm going to get run over like that. You're not going to call a foul? He's still glaring at him.
Well, let's see what Terry Porter and Rick Adelman are so upset about. There's Wilkins, as I talked about, a yeoman on the boards. Now he's the point guard. Now he's looking to dish it off. Well, pretty hard hit there. When 267 pounds hits about 180 or 90 pounds, something's got to give. Hard to say. Was there a little acting there by Terry Porter?
I don't know. He took a pretty good shot, I thought.
Yeah, I think that maybe he did, Pete.
102-98, Hawks by 4.
But you know, in the NBA, they have a tendency to protect the guy with the ball when you're down near the basket. And if you're inside the college lane, they're not going to call that charge on you.
We've got 2:25 remaining. They're looking for Clyde. Stacey Augman's on it. Drexler right into a crowd. Mario Elie over to Terry Porter trying a three-pointer. This one wouldn't go. Rebound out of bounds. Off Buck Williams. Hawks get it back with 2:10 and a 4-point lead.
There's that man receiving a little ovation from the crowd. John Koncak kept the ball alive.
And Mookie Blaylock will bring it down for the Hawks, who lead it by 4 with 2 minutes remaining. Dominique Wilkins over Drexler, and Clyde's going to be called for the foul. He can't believe that call. That's his third personal.
Well, Jackie needs the official called an elbow clip. An elbow clip is simply when the shooter goes up, you try to catch him on the bottom of the elbow. I don't think he hit him. Didn't look like he hit him. But see, when you go for that elbow, a lot of players will do that. A lot of good defensive players will, because you can do it kind of silently. You kind of hit them with the meaty part of your palm. And when you do that, you can really make the guy miss his shot. Yeah, it looks there on the freeze frame like he did catch him on the elbow.
Dominique missing the first free throw. He has scored 40 tonight. It's season high 45. 41st point of the night for Dominique Wilkins. A 103-98 Atlanta lead. Hawks up by 5 with 1:57 to go. Portland calls a timeout. Atlanta up by 5 with 1:57 to go in the game. Don't forget, right after our game tonight, the Green Berets starring John Wayne come to on TBS.
Well, here's a situation timeout-wise. Portland, one full timeout only. Atlanta, 3 full timeouts and a 20. Really, what got Atlanta in trouble here was that they had a period of time where they didn't get back well in transition. You can't do that against the Portland Trailblazers. They really took advantage of it and tightened up this game. Now it's anybody's basketball game.
It'll be inbounded by Mario Elie and Terry Porter. Also Buck Williams, Cliff Robinson, Clyde Drexler out there for Portland. The Hawks starting 5 out there for Atlanta.
Now this is trouble because Clyde Drexler's got all that speed. He's got Kevin Willis guarding him.
And they're going to call a foul on Kevin Willis there.
Well, Kevin did a pretty good job. He did a big speed mismatch. He moved his feet as best he could. Tried to get in the lane. Mookie tried to come in and get a steal. I don't know. It looked like Clyde got a little reputation call there. Kind of looked like he cleared out with his left hand. Willis certainly didn't touch him.
17 points on the night for Clyde Drexler, his 3rd game back after being out all that time. 22 games.
You know, Pete, you might say, you know, when a team is victim to the other team getting a lot of easy baskets in transition, whose responsibility is it to stop that? I say sometimes it's assistant coaches. They have to look out and help the head coach and recognize when people were tired. Remember when I was talking about Adam Keefe was tired, and it really hurt them.
22 rebounds tonight for Kevin Willis. Hawks up by 4, 1:25 left. Dominique spinning toward the lane. Oh, I'll tell you what, we've seen the whole package tonight from Dominique. 43 points for Wilkins. Hawks are up by 6.
Bag of tricks, ball of wax, every cliche you can think of, it applies to Dominique tonight.
An easy 2 for Terry Porter. Porter has 20, 105-101. 1 minute and 5 seconds left in the game. The Blazers just scrambling after the ball now. The ball turned over. No. Forced out by Cliff Robinson. Still Hawks ball. 15 left in the shot clock. 1 minute left in the game. And the Hawks are going to use up one of their timeouts here. We've got a minute to go. The Hawks trying to win their 5th in a row. Holding on to a 105-101 lead.
For Dominique Wilkins, on fire tonight. Spin move to the baseline. They know it's coming. Here comes the help. But no, he comes up with something new. A fadeaway, fall-away hook, right-hander. Answered by Terry Porter, going to the other end. Koncak wants to come, afraid of the dish off. Makes the wrong decision. Porter scores. Right now, Portland has got to come up with a big basket. The guy I think they should go to is a guy that's had the big advantage all night in anybody in the mismatch when anyone guards him on the Atlanta Hawks team, and that's Cliff Robinson. Cliff Robinson right now will probably be guarded either by John Koncak or Kevin Willis. If he gets out on the perimeter and faces up on either of those guys, he's got a huge edge, and he's having a career night.
Hawks have the ball with a minute to go. Leading by 4. Inbounds contact, and they foul right away. Cliff Robinson getting the clock to stop after only about a second ticked away. And John Koncak will go to the line. This has not been a strong point for him all year, only hitting at a 43% clip from the free throw line, but he could keep a lot of those fans on his side if he knocks these two down.
Well, that's an interesting strategy. It's kind of curious. One stop there and a possession. You can go down and get a 3. You got to, there's a lot of shots left. They're counting on Koncak missing this. I don't think he's Chris Dudley. I think he can make a clutch free throw. I mean, he hasn't had a lot of free throw opportunities, and I think that's one of the reasons he's shooting so low.
106-101, Atlanta by 5. Koncak making 1 of 2. Rebound, Buck Williams off to Terry Porter. Stacey Augmon, the only Hawk back. Mario Elie buries it. He has 6. 106-103. 3-point Atlanta lead with 50 seconds left. Mookie Blaylock finds Dominique. Drexler on him. 8 seconds left to shoot it. Dominique tries a 3. No. Mario Elie the rebound.
Well,
Hawks up by 3. Portland has the ball.
I'd like to have seen Atlanta take a little more time off the clock. Mario Elie
Drills it. His first
wide
three-point basket of the night. He has 9 points, and we are tied at 106.
Really, two things could have cleaned up this game for the Hawks. They could have come down, taken some time off the clock, and then gotten back and matched up. And this is what happened. They get an easy basket. That's off of this free throw. So the gamble paid off. They fouled Koncak, then got a 2-for-1. They got 2 points to Atlanta's 1. Then Atlanta did not get back well in transition off of the miss of the 3-pointer by Dominique Wilkins. Shot it on the high end of the shot clock. Should have taken the shot clock down, I thought. He just was feeling that he's having a great night. Right now, Bobby Weiss is liking to, maybe I could call back a couple of those things that happened.
25.9 seconds remaining. What do you look for Atlanta to do here when they resume play?
Well, I think what Atlanta has to do is they have to make sure that they, use the clock as wisely as they can. You've got a situation where you've got 25 seconds left, 25, almost 26. You got a tie game. I think you're going to take it down all the way as far as you can. Problem is, in the NBA, in the last 2 minutes of the game, you can advance the ball and you can get a shot all the way to .3 on the shot clock. So there's no question that no matter what happens for Atlanta, Portland's going to get a shot.
They will have time to get one off.
Shot. Right. They have only 1 timeout left.
And I think the one thing you really have to be careful about when you want to work that clock down is not getting caught at the very tail end of that 24-second shot clock, having to take a 4 shot. You want to try to work yourself into a high percentage shot if you can. We've got Steve Henson checking in now for Atlanta. It'll be Henson, Stacey Augmon, Mookie Blaylock, Willis, and Wilkins.
Well, see, because of the ability to move the ball up, you got to figure that Portland's going to get a shot no matter what Atlanta does. So really a strategy, an alternate strategy might be, hey, let's take the first good available shot. look for Portland to really step up their defense, pick up a little higher.
The shot clock down 15. Stolen by Clyde Drexler. Behind the back, Drexler got fouled by Dominique Wilkins. And now the Portland Trail Blazers can take the lead.
Well, that was amazing. Clyde Drexler took a huge gamble there. They tried to get the ball to Dominique in the middle. Drexler used his great speed and good hands and came and got the steal. Had he not gotten this ball, Dominique would have had a clear path to the basket or a nice, easy, no-brain jump shot. Great player on great player. Mano a mano. Drexler the winner at this moment.
And at the line with a chance to give the Blazers the lead with 12.7 seconds left. He's 4 for 7 from the free throw line tonight. Portland as a team 12 of 19 from the free throw line. The Blazers are up by 1. Now John Koncak checks back in for Steve Henson.
Atlanta has to be very careful on this free throw. If this is a missed free throw, they got quickness on Kevin Willis inside with Cliff Robinson next to him. They got quickness with Buck Williams next to John Koncak. That's an edge. They got Mario Elie, Terry Porter protecting the backcourt. Stacey Augman's got to try to make himself available for a long rebound if there is one. There isn't.
Drexler made them both.
Moot point.
A 20-point night for Clyde Drexler. Hawks are down by 2. A timeout taken by Atlanta. We have 12.7 seconds to go. The Hawks ball down by 2 with 12.7 seconds to go. And Dick Versace brought up an interesting point during that commercial break that any team with a superstar scorer like Dominique Wilkins, his coach is always in a bind in this spot.
Bobby Weiss really is in a difficult situation. He has to give the ball to Dominique Wilkins. The problem is, if you give the ball to Dominique Wilkins, Portland knows it. I mean, it's predictable. Everyone in the Portland huddle is saying Dominique is going to get the ball. Now, if you give it to someone else and that guy goofs up, every armchair quarterback that's watching this game, that's at this game, is going to say, you should have given the ball to Dominique Wilkins.
Well, we'll see what the decision is as we're about to resume play here. Henson will inbound it. Blaylock, Willis, Augman, and Dominique are out there. Robinson, Porter, Mario Elie, Buck Williams, and Clyde Drexler for Portland. A steal by Drexler. 2 big free throws by Drexler. And here we go. Dominique taking it inside, dishing off to Stacey Augman. No, Dominique's little tip is good. And now a chance to go to the free throw line for Dominique Wilkins to...
Well, I like this strategy.
Stacey Augman.
Obviously, Neek was advised you're going to draw a huge crowd. They get the ball into Stacey Augman. A little dish from Dominique. He drew about 4
They are
Portland
not counting that
Trailblazers.
basket. They are not counting that basket. They're saying Augman was fouled before the tip by Dominique. So take away the basket from Dominique Wilkins, and now Stacey needs to make these to tie the game.
Well, it may not be a popular comment, but I think that's the correct call.
15 points now for Stacey Augman. He needs to make this one to tie the game up with 6.2 seconds remaining.
Well, this young man, Stacey Augman, has really improved his free throw shooting. He was a bit of a liability when he came into the league.
He makes them both. We're tied again. 108 off. 6.2 seconds to go. And now Portland will use up its last timeout. And now we'll see what decision Rick Adelman and his staff make as they try to win it here with 6.2 seconds remaining.
Well, I think, you know, when you're talking about the Portland Trailblazers, you're talking about a lot of options. Oh, that's another option. Now, they must get the ball in bounds here because they have no more timeouts.
It'll be impounded by Williams. comes to Clyde Drexler. Drexler outside Porter. Porter will take a three. It will not go. Rebound pulled away by Kevin Willis. He launches one, but we're going to overtime, folks. We are tied at 108. They tried the three-point basket by Terry Porter to win the game. And this time they misfired. So we're going to overtime, tied at 108. But one, Atlanta playing just its third overtime game. The Hawks are 2-0 in OT.
Well, both these teams, you know, have the percentages with them. So I think we're going to see a terrific overtime. Two proud teams right now. Portland Trail Blazers, 4 in a row. Hawks, 4 in a row.
And the overtime is about to begin. Cliff Robinson going up against Kevin Willis. Atlanta will get an opportunity to score first in the overtime period. Points tonight for Dominique Wilkins. He draws the double team outside. Mookie Blaylock's going to try a three. Comes up short. Drexler with the rebound. Length of the court trying to get to Cliff Robinson. Robinson saves it inbounds, but it's going to be controlled now by Mookie Blaylock. So that backfired on Portland. Dominique trying to get it going off the glass. No. Rebound Buck Williams off to Drexler. Portland on a run. A 4-on-3 break. Marielli trying to finish. Blocked by Concat. His third blocked shot tonight. And the rebound pulled away by John Concat. That's his 6th rebound.
They're standing behind us, cheering and screaming for John Concat. Unbelievable.
A defensive rebound. Still a 108 game, and the Hawks again a chance to get on the board first here in the OT.
There's the isolation for Dominique, trying to get the ball inside now to Willis. Tough shot.
Time was running out on the shot clock. Kevin Willis. Still the Hawks ball. Here's
crucial block by John Concat.
First the block, then the rebound.
They love it. They love him.
Down low, Dominique. Trying to go up against Drexler. Had the ball tipped away out of bounds. Off Portland. Still Atlanta's ball. With 15 left in the shot clock. 3:34 left in the overtime.
Dominique Wilkins really thought he got fouled. I have a tendency to agree with him. I always think that he's in traffic and they expect him to do the spectacular, and if he gets hit, they just let it go. I'm not always right, neither is he. But it happens.
6 seconds left in the shot clock. The jump hook by Kevin Willis. The ice finally broken here in the overtime. A 27-point night for Willis. Hawks are up by 2. 27 points, 23 rebounds. Good night for a guy who was supposedly wasn't going to play. Drexler will take it over Stacey Ogden. Drexler has 22. We're tied again at 110.
Well, if there's a key matchup defensively, that's it. Stacey Ogden, was really burned in the first time these two teams played. Clyde Drexler lit him up for 29. Bobby Weiss was not happy with him in that game and took him out. He's got to take the challenge in this overtime period against Clyde Drexler. Ogden's reputation, Pete, is that he came out of college as an excellent defender. Clyde Drexler, not an easy guy to guard. Ogden's got the arms, the speed, and the skills to do it. He's got to have the determination to make sure that it happens in this overtime period.
You saw the foul situation, guys. Be careful out there. It's Cliff Robinson. Good ball moving around to Dominique for 3. Dominique with a season-high 46 points. And the Hawks are up 113-110. It's the 7th time this year Wilkins has scored 40 or more in a game. And the 52nd time in his career. And this time we got a foul call.
Illegal defense, I believe.
It is the illegal D.
There's Dominique's 3. Man has ice water in his veins. Another cliche. We got them all tonight for him. He's doing everything. But interestingly enough, look at this. He came down and took the challenge defensively, waved Stacey Augmon off, and said, "I'll take Drexler."
That's
then
an
the
awful time for that illegal D to come. You've just got a 3-point lead, and now you give them the free throw on the technical. And now a chance to tie it up with a 2-point basket. 113-111. About 2:15 to go in the overtime. Cliff Robinson inside has tied it up again. He has a career-high 37 points tonight.
Portland did a nice job of smelling out the mismatch. Unique wanted to take Drexler, so that put Augmon on Cliff Robinson. Bad mismatch.
We're tied again at 113. Dominique Wilkins operating along the baseline.
They got hit that time.
Yeah, this time they are going to call the foul.
See, what he did that time was really smart. He showed the ball on the perimeter, took the ball down on the baseline. Now did another up fake. Then with the reach in, made it clear. Nice, easy look. Definitely got to make that call.
And a 46-point night for Dominique Wilkins so far. If you're wondering what his career high is, it's 57. He's 10 away from it.
Not even Dominique's going to get 10 in 150 feet. But I don't know.
He's 11 of 13 from the free throw line tonight.
The NBA, nothing but action.
And a 48-point evening for Dominique Wilkins. 115-113 in Atlanta. Drexler over Augmon. Rebound comes back to Clyde Drexler. Back outside of Terry Porter for three. Terry Porter cans the three. And the lead goes back to the Blazers.
Look at him. He's laughing.
116-115 Portland. Mookie Blaylock taking the ball to the hole. Bodies flying everywhere. And a foul's going to be called on Mario Elie. And Ellie's shaken up. He still hasn't gotten up.
Well, Clyde Drexler kept the ball alive, got it back out to Terry Porter. Terry Porter puts up a three, but not exactly the way he planned it. Off the glass from dead center. Now inside, we got a little happiness. Pass. Challenge a shot by Mookie Blaylock. He gets called for the foul, but he's the one that gets the shot in the mug. That hurt.
Yeah, it took him a little while to get up after that blow.
He took a good shot.
And with a minute 19 remaining in the overtime. Green Berets right around the corner, folks, as soon as this one's over.
Well, the timeout picture changes with the overtime. You get the extra timeout, so right now Atlanta still has their 20, but 3 fulls, Portland 2 fulls.
And here come the Blazers. They've got Porter, Williams, Elie, Robinson, and Drexler out there. For the Hawks, it's Wilkins, Blaylock, Willis, Augmon, and Koncak. And it'll be Mookie Blaylock at the free throw line. His first trip to the free throw line tonight. He's a 72% free throw shooter. He gets 2 here. Chance to put the Hawks back on top. That ties it. Not a big scoring night for Mookie tonight. He has only 6 points. He does have 14 assists. A 7-point evening for Mookie Blaylock. The Hawks up now by 1. Kevin Willis causing that turnover, and now the Hawks can add to their lead. 1 minute remaining in the overtime. Blaylock almost lost the ball. Finds Stacey Augmon. And the Hawks are up by three.
But it was Mookie Blaylock who set that up. Came off the pick and roll. Tried to get in the lane. Saw a crowd. Great bounce past the plastic man. Stacey Augmon dunks it. That's an outstanding play.
I'll tell you what, the Hawks are making some fans here tonight very, very happy. These fans have appreciated the effort of the Hawks all night long. It's now a 4-point lead, 120 to 116, with 47 seconds left. Porter tries a three. This time it won't go. Rebound pulled away by Buck Williams. Mario Elie fires it across to Drexler, and the Blazers turn it over. And now the Hawks can just about put this one on ice if they can score in this possession.
Well, I think against this Portland Trailblazer team with all its athleticism, you have to be a little careful, even in this situation, about thinking that you've got the game. They want that clock stopped. They're going to put Atlanta on the line.
And it'll be Mookie Blaylock, who just hit 2 big free throws a moment ago, going right back to the line. Mookie with 15 assists tonight, including that terrific pass to Stacey Augmon. Well, it's been some battle, hasn't it?
This has been a wonderful basketball game. You've got two teams really trying to find themselves as you head into the playoffs. The last 15 or 16 games in the season, they're feeling good about themselves. The Hawks, the hottest team in the NBA right now. If they win this game, it will be 11 out of 12. And this is a game against a formidable opponent, a team that was in the NBA Finals last year. A team that has a healthy Clyde Drexler back. A team that has...
It'll be inbounded by Buck Williams. Drexler outside of Cliff Robinson. Robinson's going to take the 2-point jumper and hit it. He has 39 points, down to a 3-point Atlanta lead now.
See, they wanted to foul Koncak. They did.
121-118 Atlanta, 23.7 seconds remaining.
See, Dominique was advising his teammates, throw the ball into me. Then they have to foul me, and I'll make 83% of my shots.
Well, see if John can knock these down. He hit 1 of 2 in a clutch situation in the 4th quarter. And he's been big defensively and on the boards here in this overtime. There's one.
Wow, this is the best thing in the world that could happen to John Koncak.
Lead back up to 4. Hawks 25 of 31 from the free throw line in the night. Koncak 2 out of 3.
You know, Pete, I've been looking in the eyes of basketball players for a long time, 28-some years. And I know when they're confident and when they're not. I never saw the confidence. Whoa! That'll do it.
This one is history, folks. Kevin Willis having a terrific night. Now has 29 points. He now has 24 rebounds.
Well, there's the miss. Kevin Willis moved his body into the lane. Too much weight and size. Then gets it, shoots the turnaround, and puts the icing on the cake. John Koncak, a happy player. I was talking about looking in the eyes of players. Ever since I've been doing these games for the Atlanta Hawks, John Koncak has never looked like a confident player when I looked in his eyes. When I saw the close-up on his eyes in the free throw, when he was shooting the free throw there, I saw confidence. And this crowd is responding to him.
This crowd on its feet giving the Hawks a standing ovation.
And how about this man? Questionable that he would even play tonight. 29 points.
24 rebounds. A season high for him in that category.
What an evening.
And the killer basket toward the end of overtime that makes it a 7-point Atlanta lead.
All teams fighting for position in the playoffs. It's going to be a real test.
Jerome Kersey launching a 3, wouldn't go. The tip by Tracy Murray wouldn't go. Kevin Willis fouled right away by Dave Johnson. And Kevin Willis going back to the free throw line. I think he found out something about himself tonight, too. After suffering that injury to his quadricep in his right leg. And not knowing if he was going to be able to go, he found a little treatment and give it a try.
After the performance that Kevin Willis has had tonight, I look for him to limp off the court. Go immediately to the locker room and ask for ice.
A 31-point evening for Kevin Willis.
And he's really earned it.
A 48-point evening for Dominique Wilkins. A 25-rebound evening for Kevin Willis. And it's a 127-118 Atlanta lead now in the waning seconds of